Good evening, party animals, and welcome to this week's episode of the Friday Night Freek Out radio show. I want to thank you all for joining me from whatever station it is you are tuning in from. And I've got one kick-ass show of rock and roll planned for you tonight. Gonna hear new music from Faster Pussycat, Alpha Destroyer, the new one from DORO, got some Wicked in there. Also got the new one from Buckcherry, some new Bangalore choir. But let's kick this off with the new one from Airbourne. Here is GUTSY on the Friday Night Freek Out.
Get
Welcome back, party animals. That was Blacklist Union with Up in Smoke off their new album, Slay the Dragon. Before that, we heard from Buckcherry and Hello Goodbye off the new album, Roar Like Thunder. Had the new Bangalore Choir single up in there with Driver's Seat. And of course, we started the whole set out with something new from Airbourne and GUTSY. Next up, we're going to hear from BlackRain, DORO, Wicked. But how about we kick things off again with some Judas Priest featuring Ozzy Osbourne. Here's War Pigs on the Friday Night Freak Out.
Gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerers of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah.
darkness, world stops turning.
Ashes where the body's burning.
No more war pigs have the power.
Hand of God has struck the hour.
Day of judgment, God is calling.
On the knees the war pigs crawling.
Begging mercies for their sins.
Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah.
taking her time. I was losing my mind. There was nothing that she wouldn't do. It wasn't the first, it wasn't the last. She knew we were making love. I was so satisfied, deep down inside, like a hand in a velvet glove. Seems like a touch too much. Seems like a touch too much. Too much for my body, too much for my brain. This damn woman's gonna drive me insane. She's got a touch too much. She had the face of an angel, smiling with sin, the body of Venus with arms, dealing with danger, stroking my skin like a thunder and lightning storm. It wasn't the first, it wasn't the last, it wasn't that she didn't care. She wanted it hard, wanted it fast, she liked the dull medium rare. Seems like a touch too much. Seems like a touch too much. Too much for my body, too much for my brain. This damn woman's gonna drive me insane. She's got a touch too much. Touch me. Seems like a touch. You know it's much too much. I really wanna feel you. Girl, you know you're giving me. Seems like a touch. Just a dirty little touch. I really need your touch. 'Cause you're much too much, too much, too much. Seems like a touch too much. Seems like a touch too much. Giving me a touch too much. Baby, you got a touch too much. Seems like a touch too much. Touch too much. Touch too much. Touch too much. Touch. Come on and touch me. So you're crashing down, feeling defeated. Carry a burden upon your shoulders.
for the showdown, the final shot. Find your fate and let there be blood. It's the thunder, it's time to rock. To hell and back, unleash the fury. Find your fate and let there be blood. To hell and back, unleash the fury. The final shot. It's time to
All right, welcome back. That was BlackRain with Unleash the Fury. Before that, we heard from DORO and her spin on the AC/DC classic, Touch Too Much. Also had some Wicked in there with Gorgeous. And we started that set out with Judas Priest and Ozzy Osbourne doing War Pigs. Gonna jump right back into things. Got some Dizzy Reed, the new one from Pussycat. Got some Alpha Destroyer in there. But how about some CRASHDÍET with Hell No here on the Friday Night Freak Out?
to end this trying to exceed the
was the second single off his new album, Rock and Roll Chose Me. Before that, we heard from Faster Pussycat and Don't Change. Had some Alpha Destroyer in there with MASTERPLAN. And for those of you that are not familiar with Alpha Destroyer, that features former guitar player Martin that used to be in CRASHDIET. And speaking of CRASHDIET, we started that whole set out with something new from CRASHDIET and Hell No. And my friends, that just about does it for this week's episode of the Friday Night Freak Out radio show. But join us next week, and I promise you we will kick ass all over again. Gonna leave you with one last tune to annihilate them ears of yours. Lidel from Dangerous Toys has got a new album out. So here is Lidel's Scream Therapy with Are You Ready? And until next week, keep it sleazy, baby.
So tell me